Hello, my name is Neil Millman. I am a geographer and an expedition leader. I would like to take this occasion to tell you a little bit about Mexico's famous Day of the Dead. I spent several years traveling the length and breadth of Mexico. I know nearly all of its cities, as well as many of its small towns and villages. I lived and worked in Guadalajara, the second largest city in Mexico. I visited many of its ruins and played on many of its beaches. I am familiar with the history of Mexico, as well as many of its customs and traditions. Despite the concerns that many Americans these days have about travel to Mexico, I feel that the fears are largely unwarranted. To be sure, crime is a fact of life down there, but with proper precautions, it is possible to travel safely in Mexico. Of the many countries I've traveled in around the world, few can match Mexico for its wealth of culture, scenic wonders, and charm. Its vitality, expressed in vibrant music, spicy food, and flamboyant styles, is captivating. Best of all, the people themselves are incredibly friendly, cheerful, and generous. That is why I even ended up marrying a lovely woman from Mexico named Margarita. Look at those delicious things.
Le cabe lo mismo, lo que pasa que esta es copeteada y la otra.
Each time I travel to Mexico provides me with opportunities for seeing deeper into this amazing country.
El pescuezo.
¿Sí? ¿Para mí? Está bien, está bien.
His first chapulín.
My mother-in-law Dolores has even persuaded me to eat chapulines, roasted crickets,
Sabroso.
which are very tasty.
Did I just eat a grasshopper?
From the time I first traveled to Mexico in 1969, I've noticed changes. Progress has slowly brought many modern improvements to the cities. But in most ways, life has changed very little in Mexico, especially in the rural areas. Poverty and a fondness for tradition have maintained a rich culture. This is especially true for the Day of the Dead, observed at the beginning of November. The custom of honoring one's ancestors is found throughout Mexico, but in certain communities such as Janitzio and Oaxaca, the ceremonies are especially ornate. On All Saints' Day, which is the equivalent of our Halloween, people make special shrines to their ancestors and folk heroes. They're called ofrendas. The ofrendas contain photos of the deceased, along with personal things they liked best, such as their favorite foods and personal mementos. There are also lots of marigold flowers, a folk symbol for immortality. The custom of remembering one's ancestors in this way is a holdover from Aztec times. Although a pagan custom, it was adopted into the Catholic community. Many homes have family ofrendas, and there are also public ofrendas of all types and sizes. To construct, they cost from a few dollars to over $1,000. The indigenous inhabitants of these communities spend several days decorating grave sites of their ancestors and spending vigil throughout the night. They also engage in a variety of public ceremonies, which include dances, games, and festivities. Pictures, candies, pastries, and ceramics in the shapes of skulls and skeletons may seem macabre to us, but here they mean fun and reverence. During this time, each town comes alive with color, music, and laughter. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. Sí, del día.
Nice big ofrenda.
Buenas tardes.
Many families open their homes so that friends and others can pay their respects to the deceased. Relatives treat visitors to refreshments. A small donation is not required, but it does help to defray their costs. This ofrenda is the biggest one that we've seen so far. Here's a picture of one of the women that is being remembered. Her picture is being reflected in a mirror. This is Lucia Mendoza Animas. She died 18th of June 2010. She's remembered by her family, children, and family. Okay. We can walk around here, and it's quite elaborate, very beautiful and elaborate. And on the other side is another person being remembered. Okay, there she is again. Obviously, most Americans go to Mexico only to frolic on its beaches or to visit its many famous ruins. The few tourists who randomly encounter festivities on the Day of the Dead are surely mystified when they fail to make the effort to learn about it. Visiting a village on the Day of the Dead is a very special experience, unique to Mexico. With a little curiosity, visitors can learn the rich traditions behind the ceremonies. They should not miss one of the most interesting and meaningful cultural events found anywhere in the world. For anyone with the financial means of traveling to Mexico, there is no better time to see a country that has changed little in hundreds of years. Puebla is a state just southeast of Mexico City. It played a pivotal role in Hernán Cortés's conquest of Mexico. Popocatépetl, a massive live volcano, dominates the area. The capital city, Puebla, is a beautiful Spanish colonial town with a wealth of history and scenic sites. It is where the critical battle of Cinco de Mayo took place against Emperor Maximilian's French troops. Very close to Puebla are the incredible ruins of Cholula and Tlaxcala. They are amazing attractions that relatively few Americans to Mexico get the opportunity of visiting. Throughout the area, there exists an abundance of things to see and to do. For the past several years, I've had the privilege of accompanying my brother-in-law Ruben as he takes visitors on excursions. He is a professional tour guide who has provided me with deep insights into the region and its history. Going with him is always loads of fun. This year we wish to invite you to come along on an expedition that will be most worthwhile. From September the 25th to November 5th, we will escort a group of privileged travelers to sites seldom visited by the casual tourist. You will gain rare insights into the history and culture not only of the region, but of Mexico itself, making your visit to Mexico one that you will truly cherish. As your expedition leader, I can reveal central Mexico to your understanding and appreciation, just as Rick Steves does for Europe. This is Neil Millman, inviting you to see the best of Mexico with me. Olé!